We are live. Welcome. Merry Christmas, Adam. I'm Andy Andrews, and you've joined us on the Blue Plate Special, the last one before Christmas. And we're here in beautiful downtown Orange Beach, high atop the wharf, home of the world-famous escalator statues. We're excited to be here, and it is Christmas, Adam, as I mentioned before. John Lynn, good evening. Good evening. Where are you from, John? Where are you that you are celebrating a good evening? Marcy Crosser Taylor, good morning. From Pasco, Washington. Judith DeWitt from Spokane Valley, Washington. One of you has got kind of cloudy. One of you is in Kimberly, Petrucky. Merry Christmas to the whole gang. Yep. Jen Andrews, hey, Merry Christmas. Marty White Thompson, Merry Christmas to the Andrews and to the team, thank you. And Marcy Crosser Taylor, I am so glad you said you love Wisdom Harbor. And I'm glad you're already signed up because we're gonna be moving this whole thing onto that platform. Heather Olson, hey, I hope you guys are doing great in Utah. And Betty Rayford, happy Christmas, Adam. Do you guys know what we're talking about Christmas, Adam? We have guests in the studio today. And do you guys know what I'm talking about when I say Merry Christmas, Adam? Okay, we've got, Polly and I have two boys, and they are 19 and 22. And Austin is the oldest, Adam is the youngest. And 15 years ago today, Adam said to me, he said, Daddy, if tomorrow is Christmas Eve, is today Christmas, Adam? And I said, yes, absolutely, it is. It absolutely is. And so we have celebrated Christmas, Adam, every year since. So Merry Christmas, Adam, to everybody out there. Rebecca Peters from Paso Robles, California, on the Central Coast. Mary Ann Myers, good afternoon. Just plenty cold in Maryland. There's Christy, my sister. I saw my sister in the post office today. So I went to the post office to get federal duck stamps, and there's my beautiful sister standing there. And we were talking so much that we had to have somebody behind us say, would one of you go to the window? So we were embarrassed. Anyway, Mississippi says Merry Christmas. And in the studio we have Cal and Anna Yoder. Which one is Cal? That you're Cal and Anna from, oh my God, I love, it's Millersburg, Indiana. Yeah, Matt spelled it wrong for me. I was going to say, I love the name of your town, because at first he said from Killersburg, Indiana. And Lynn and Ruth Miller, are you guys also from Killersburg? Okay, yeah, good. Now, you Yoders, do you have anything to do with popcorn? No? You know that you eat it, though. But you know there is Yoder popcorn that we have ordered for years. With the tiny tenders, they have this little tiny white. So anyway, we're glad you guys are here. Now, do you guys know Paul and Jolene? And James and Doris? Okay, we just saw them the other night. Went over there in Laurel, Mississippi. They had been helping in Kentucky, and went over, Jeff Jacobs and I went over and spent the afternoon and evening with them. So we're glad you guys are here. Old man is here, Kevin Perkins, the old man. Shelley Hess and Wisdom Harbor. I'm so glad that you're liking it. And now, those of you who have not heard, okay, wait, there's Kevin Corcoran. What, your son Carson said the same thing about Christmas Adam, but he thought it was the 26th. Now it's Adam and Eve, not Eve and Adam. So It's the 23rd. Sorry, Kevin. D. Park Grigsby from Arlington, Texas. We're glad to have you here. If you guys haven't checked out wisdomharbor.com, that's wisdom, HARBOUR.com, you guys, especially you guys here watching on the Blue Plate from around the world, you need to get on there and join up, because first of the year we're moving the Blue Plate to wisdomharbor.com. As you know, if you have watched a lot, we have had quite the hassle working with some of the social media platforms, especially the main one that keeps cutting off every time I say something. I don't even know what I have said but in any case, we're going to a platform that we can have some control over. David Orr, Merry Christmas, Adam, from you and Becky. I hope Becky's doing good. Who else did I just see? I just saw somebody on there. Deanna Kilpatrick. Tammy Nance. Tama. And your dad is watching with you. Well, hello, Dad. We are glad to have you. We love Tammy. And Sandra Mendonca from Searcy, Arkansas, home of Harding University, where they ate their mascot. Betty Rayford, yes, you have to sign up for Wisdom Harbor. Now, this, I want to just tell you a little bit about it, and we're going to show you a clip. We're also going to talk about, I've got a list. I've done some research, and I've got a list of 15 of the oddest Christmas facts that you will hear anywhere. I mean, of course, you know you want oddity, come to me. But on Wisdom Harbor, this is the longest project of what we laughingly refer to as my career. It's taken us almost 3 years to bring this thing alive. And as you know, harbors have docks, and wisdomharbor.com is no different. Currently, there are 15 docks. 15? I think 15 docks on it, but there's more being constructed. Right now, there's an audiobooks dock, a curiosity dock that contains Betcha Didn't Know, How Do I, Just for Fun, In Other Words, The Way I See It. There's Cabin Kids dock, Education dock with curriculums that are downloadable there. There's a Holidays dock, and on the Holidays dock, there's a bunch of different stories. There's audio, there's video, and there's written stuff on the Holiday dock. There's a Musicians dock that is just unbelievable. In fact, is it on the Musicians dock that Jimmy Yeary is teaching?
It's the How Do I.
That's on the How Do I dock. Jimmy Yeary, who is an award-winning songwriter, is teaching guitar on the How Do I dock. And we're 2 lessons in right now. And so in fact, we've heard from a lot of people who are getting guitars for Christmas. Tammy Nance, we think Santa's going to be good to you with a guitar, maybe, on Christmas so that you can learn to play. But there's that Musicians dock that has, and Gordon Mote is a captain on that dock, and Jimmy Yeary, Sugarcane Jane, Mike from Las Vegas, and who am I missing? Buddy Green. There's a lot going on that dock. There's Grammy winners, and it's awesome. There's a question and answer dock, a podcast dock. What else we got? A Sensible Scribe dock, which is written word. And Deanna Patrick says, did you learn how to juggle? Okay, I hope she says, I know how to juggle now. and that is on the How Do I doc. It teach you to juggle in 5 minutes. Literally teach you to juggle in 5 minutes. And so, in any case, this thing is pretty awesome. So, do you want to? Kim Petruggi says you're loving the piece of wisdom. The members to wisdomharbor.com also get a 2-minute video in their inbox every Wednesday and Saturday. It's a Wednesday piece of wisdom, PEACE of wisdom, and a weekend piece of wisdom. And they're 2-minute videos just with inspirational stuff to start your day. And can we show a little bit of? Now this is from the How Do I doc, but this doc is under construction. There's a galley doc that is going to be all cooking recipes. We've got unbelievable chefs that are building this doc and building content for this doc right now. But Wes Hampton, who is a Grammy-winning singer, and currently with the Gaither Vocal Band, but he is also a master chef. And so Wes is the captain on Wisdom Harbor, and so let's just show him. We'll stop it in the middle, but let's show him a little bit of what Wes is teaching on this one. And this is just from the How Do I doc now, but it's going to be on the galley doc.
Hey everybody, this is Wes. Today I will be making one of my all-time favorite desserts. It is fall and the leaves in Birmingham where we live are absolutely gorgeous right now. It is my favorite time of year. I love it so much. And one of my favorite things about fall is pumpkin bread. And I think what makes this recipe so good is that it doesn't have too many spices in it. Sometimes when I have pumpkin bread, at least, it kind of tastes medicinal, and I think it's because it has clove in it, allspice, too many spices kind of competing with one another. So mine just has cinnamon, and I'm telling you, I'm not saying it's the best, but everybody I've made it for says, oh my gosh, this is the best pumpkin bread I've ever had. Again, I'm not saying it's the best, but other people have been known to say it is the best, okay? I think you will love it, so let's get started. It's very easy. First off, get your oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. You want your oven waiting on you. Okay, this is 415 grams of all-purpose flour. It's also roughly 2.5 cups. I like to weigh my ingredients because you get the same result every time. You can find a scale on Amazon for $15, $20, a digital scale. They're fantastic. 415 grams of all-purpose flour. You have a heaping teaspoon of ground cinnamon, half a teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a heaping teaspoon of regular old table salt. So let's whisk this together because you don't want a big old clump of cinnamon or salt in your bread. So I'll whisk this together. And next are the wet ingredients right here. I have 4 eggs. I have 3 cups of sugar. Yes, it's delicious. I did not say it was healthy. 1 cup of vegetable oil, and then I do about 1/3 a cup of water. Now, let me talk to you about vanilla really quickly. This right here is vanilla bean paste. You can use vanilla bean paste. You can use vanilla extract. You can even get a couple of vanilla beans and scrape them old school and put them in here as well. Whatever you want, but I love vanilla bean paste. So I'm gonna put a teaspoon of vanilla paste right in here. It's gonna give really...
Okay, we'll stop it here with the vanilla. And if you're a member now, you can watch that now. And it's a couple more minutes, and Wes sings. So he is like, there are singers, I guess, and there are chefs, but we have a singing chef that's a Grammy-winning singing chef. And so he sang on this one just as he's doing stuff, and we said, "Dude, you got to sing every time." And he said, "Really?" I said, "Yes, you got to sing every time." And so it's pretty awesome. Deanna Kilpatrick says, "If you don't get Wisdom Harbor for at least a month to check it out, you're really missing out." Thanks. We believe that too, and we have priced this at a place that we think we can survive, and it should be a no-brainer, okay? Because there's so much on this site and so many people contributing to this that we feel like, you kind of watch one thing and go, I got my money's worth right there. But it's $2.99 a month for an individual, or $27.99 for a year subscription to it. And then it's $5.99 per month for a family, up to 8 devices. And then it's $57.99 for a year for a family. And so, on Christmas, Adam, this is also a great last-minute Christmas gift. So you can go on wisdomharbor.com, wisdom, HARBOUR.com, and you can click on the little $2.99 thing there, and it'll take you to a page that you can sign up and where you can also get gifts for other people. But we would urge you and ask you and hope that you do. So we've got 15 Christmas facts here. And we might have a couple of bonus ones if we think of them as we're going along. But these are Christmas facts that I just kind of collected as I was doing just kind of research. And so these are kind of crazy, but I thought they were kind of funny or interesting. Number one is about mistletoe. Now, when we were in Laurel, Mississippi the other day with Paul and James and several of the guys, we were at one of the sites they were working where they're repairing tornado damage, and I'm looking around and I saw mistletoe up in some of the trees, and I said to the guys, I said, "That's mistletoe." And they're like, "Really?" And I don't know if you guys don't have that up in Indiana, but we have it. It's like it's a scourge down here. It grows in these big balls in the trees. And so most families in Alabama, if you have real mistletoe in your house, somebody in the family has shot it out of the tree. Like, take a .22 rifle and shoot mistletoe out of the tree so mom can hang some up. But it's more well known as mistletoe, but the real name of it is Viscum album, okay? And that actually means, in Anglo-Saxon, it means dung on a twig. Is what that means. And according to the National Wildlife Federation, mistletoe spreads through bird droppings. So think about that during your next kiss. Okay, just think about dung on a twig next time you're kissing under the mistletoe. All right, number 2. This is an important fact. For those of you who wonder how in the world Santa Claus can get to every house in one night, scientists now estimate that in a 24-hour period, Santa Claus travels an average speed of 5.083 million miles per hour. Now that's based on a 24-hour cycle, and he goes that fast to hit each household on Christmas Eve. This is based on 2.67 children per household with 75 million households worldwide. And at 5 million miles per hour, the speed of light is 671 million miles per hour. So Santa is almost going the speed of light. Now, no information on how many calories he gathers that night as he's, drinking buttermilk and cake and cookies from 75 million houses. But, all right, this is really interesting to me. Okay, and this next one, data analysts have combed through over the past several years more than 10,000 Facebook status updates, and they've done this during the past several years, and they have found that approximately 2 weeks before Christmas is the most likely time that a man or woman will dump their significant other. That said, if you've made it to Christmas Adam, if you've made it to today, you're probably safe. You're probably safe. So, but I remember being so mad at a kid in the sixth grade because he broke up with one of my friends, a girl. He broke up with her so he wouldn't have to give her a Christmas present. So I guess we can take that into the stats, okay? But I don't want to terrify anybody. So just know that if you've made it until today, you're probably safe, okay? Nobody's going to break up with you. And they've already got your Christmas present. Number 4, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission estimates there are approximately 15,000 decoration-related emergency room visits each holiday season. 15,000 people falling off ladders. I guess that are getting shocked. So, all right. Number 5. This is from ABC News. ABC News, and this one just gets in me. I don't doubt it, but it gets me. ABC News found that the average American consumes 7,000 calories on Christmas Day, which is over 3 times the U.S. Department of Agriculture's recommended daily intake. Most of the damage comes from 2 large meals and nibbling throughout the day. Now, I just got to tell you this. I had a friend one time. I guess he's still my friend. I just hadn't seen him in a long time. But his name is Rowdy Gaines. Do you guys remember that? Remember that name? Okay, yeah. The studio audience is nodding. Rowdy and I were in college together. We had a couple of classes together. And Rowdy's an Olympic gold medalist, a swimmer. And so Rowdy swam in college. And I've never seen anybody eat that much. I mean, I'm just telling you, I went to like a pizza place with Rowdy and several of his swimming guys a couple of times. And I mean, I would eat like a medium pepperoni pizza, and Rowdy would eat 3 larges, and then go somewhere and eat something else. I mean, they were burning so many calories in the pool every day that it was just unbelievable. But, I've seen Rowdy on TV because he calls the Olympics and stuff like that. And so, a lot of times people, when they quit exercising like that and then keep eating like that, they kind of turn into a Macy's Day Parade balloon. And but Rowdy has evidently remained very sane. He's either swimming a lot or eating less. Number 6, the Guinness World Records says that the Northgate Mall in Seattle holds the record for the tallest Christmas tree ever erected. And this is a live tree. It was a 221-foot Douglas fir. And the tree at the time cost $19,000. But using the Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Price Index inflation calculator, in today's money, that's $185,000 for a Christmas tree. Whew, but a 221 foot, I mean, who puts the star on the top of that tree? God, Spider-Man, I guess. Number 7, Guinness World Records again. Also records the world's tallest snowman, or in this case, it was a snow woman. Residents of Bethel, Maine, built a snow woman that was 122 feet 1 inch, which is just a few feet shorter than the Statue of Liberty, who, I'll remind everybody, was also a woman. So the largest snow woman and the Statue of Liberty, both women, okay? And speaking of the Statue of Liberty, that brings me to number 8. The Statue of Liberty is still to this day the world's heaviest Christmas gift ever given. France constructed it and gave it to the U.S. in late October 1886 as an early Christmas present. Here's something else you may not know about the Statue of Liberty, is it was being built in like pieces. And for a while, they were afraid because France ran out of money for their gift. And so there was a World's Fair in America, and I can't remember where the World's Fair was, but France shipped part of the statue over there, and the part that they shipped was the arm that held the torch. And so they put it on display and charged people to actually walk up through the arm and look out the torch. And that was before the Statue of Liberty was ever erected. And it was a couple or 3 years before it was finished. But, okay, back me up a little bit. Matthew, what is that? No? The other way? Other way? No? Other way? Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. I was just saying about the Christmas spread. Shelley Hess says the Pacific Northwest grows them big. Yeah, and Tammy Nance, you're clearly in the wrong business. Tammy, you're writing for Wisdom Harbor. You're not in the wrong business. Now, we're not buying you $185,000 Christmas trees yet, but you're not in the wrong business. You're doing good. Tammy is also going to be a guitar virtuoso, or as Reba McEntire said one time on national TV, a virtuoso. Okay, Gene McDonald. Hey, so it was Chicago, you think. Gene McDonald, we need you on Wisdom Harbor too, buddy. Gene, if you don't know who Gene McDonald is, put him in on your YouTube. Gene McDonald. I mean, this is an unbelievable voice. Number 9, North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD. You know, they started a Santa tracker every year, tracking 5 million mile an hour Santa in 1955. And they started this tracker by accident because a department store had a typo in their newspaper ad, and it misdirected kids. Instead of calling their store, kids called NORAD, okay? And so somebody just kind of took it up, you know, and started. But NORAD has assigned a colonel to answer calls every Christmas since 1955. And so it started by accident, but they've been running the Santa tracker every year since. Okay, number 10. Now, this is a very interesting one. And, you know, on wisdomharbor.com, we have a Bet You Didn't Know doc. And they're 6 or 7 minute videos giving facts about something. And they always start with, bet you didn't know that so-and-so. And then it ends with, bet you didn't know that. And these are heavily weighted toward history and science and that kind of stuff. But they're fascinating. But this could be a bet you didn't know. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the person who created Rudolph was a guy named Robert May. And he worked for Montgomery Ward. Do you remember Montgomery Ward's? It's like kind of like Sears. But he was doing an ad, doing a Christmas advertisement for Montgomery Ward. And he drew the team of reindeer, and he had one in front with a red nose. And he had to fight for the red nose because Montgomery Ward said red noses means drunk. You know, people with red noses are drunks. And so they were giving him a lot of grief about that. But they finally accepted the concept after seeing it drawn and seeing a kid-friendly finished product. But then the song came after that. How about that? Number 11. This is a little weird one, but yes, Nazis celebrated Christmas, but they did it with their own dastardly flair. It was not uncommon in homes during World War II for a family of Nazis, a family of Nazi party members, to hang replica grenades and machine guns on their Christmas tree. And they also used a swastika as a tree topper. No star, no angel, a swastika. Yuck. Anyway, there's some World War II history, some Christmas weirdness. Number 12. Now this, you know, I have the original album of this, and we have this framed, and we bring it out every Christmas. But Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree is this classic holiday song. It was released in 1958 on a Brenda Lee album. Okay, Brenda Lee was the first one to sing, and she's the one that you hear now on the radio. I mean, that's the most popular version of that still. And so we've got the original album cover framed with Brenda Lee with a Christmas tree in the background. But get this, when you hear this year, just know she was 13 when she recorded that. A 13-year-old kid doing that. Gene McDonald says, did Gene Autry write Rudolph, the song? I knew he was the first one to do it, but he wrote it? Wow. A cowboy. You can rope steers and write songs about red-nosed reindeer. Remember the Santa Tracker? Jeannie out here, the Santa Tracker. Okay, number 13, eggnog. This is kind of gross, okay, but eggnog is a signature beverage of Christmas time. And eggnog is kind of like liver or sushi, I think, because people either love it or they hate it. Nobody's ambivalent about eggnog. Nobody goes, yeah, I can take it or leave it. Nobody. It's like, oh, yeah, give me some eggnog. Or, God, I mean, love it or hate it. But it has an odd history, which dates all the way back to medieval times and a drink called posset. It was made with sweetened and spiced milk that was curdled with ale or wine and served hot. And monks in the 13th century enjoyed this mixture with the addition of eggs and figs mixed into it. Oh, I mean, I like eggnog. Okay, I'm an eggnog fan. But if you're going to tell me you're going to take some curdled milk and mix some beer into it and then crack an egg in it and throw a fig in there, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. No. I mean, that would be right up there for me with English pea casserole, which is the worst thing that anybody ever serves on Christmas. Oh, my God. Donette Bateman Griffith, drink your wassail. Thank you very much. Yep. Okay, number 14. According to wedding experts and social media data, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day are the two most popular days of the year to propose. Why would that be?
Romantic, I guess.
I don't think romance explains that. I think cheapness explains that. I think that guys are going, okay, I got to buy a ring. I'll make it her Christmas present. Yeah, I think that's it. Because, ladies are not, especially when you're dating, ladies are just not that, they don't pay that much attention to cost of things. But guys do. Guys do. Because a girl will go, she's like, what do you have? Oh, I guess I'll have the steak and lobster. And the guy's like, oh, really? Guess again. Kind of look on down the menu. It's kind of a multiple choice there, And it's also why in restaurants, ladies, they don't necessarily eat everything on their plate. But guys, we eat everything on our plate. We eat everything because a guy will look over there and go, are you through? You're not through with the steak, are you? Come on, you got $6 left on your plate there. That's $6 worth of steak. And so that's why, I think that's why Christmas Eve and Christmas Day are the biggest days to propose, because it's like, two birds with one stone, with two birds with one diamond. Christmas and future marriage. And they also estimate that around 100,000 proposals are likely to take place in America in that 48-hour period. How about that? All right, here's the last one. Number 15. More than 1 million acres of American soil has been planted with Christmas trees. And at 2,000 trees per acre, that adds up to about 77 million Christmas trees planted in the U.S. each year in all 50 states, including Hawaii. Wow, that's a lot of Christmas. And, but some of them aren't getting cut down. That Douglas fir at that mall, 221 feet. I wonder how old that is. And around here, people take their old Christmas trees and they put a concrete block on them and sink them in lakes, for crappie and brim and bass, And now here in Orange Beach and Gulf Shores, we give our Christmas trees to the people who put them on the beach and lay them sideways in the dunes, and they catch sand, and so they build dunes, and so that's what happens with ours every year. But if you have an artificial one, they ask that you not donate it. So they don't want the silver tree sticking up out of the sand, Denise Murray says, "What is a pea casserole?" You were married to an Englishman for 25 years and never heard about it. Are you talking about mushy peas? I don't know. But I'll just tell you something, Denise. Mushy peas sounds gross. That sounds gross. Now, I'm talking about it's an English pea casserole. And just like every casserole you've ever seen in your life, it has Campbell's cream of mushroom soup. It's just an artery clogging machine. And it's got English peas mixed in it and cheese on the top. And if you really want to get gross with it, you get some of those canned crunchy onion things and, scatter that on there. And it'll really taste horrible for you. So, oh, man. And there's a version of it called green bean casserole. And that's like almost no better. That's no better. It might be a little better, but English pea casserole has got to be Satan's gift to Christmas. I mean, I'm just telling you. This is not a good look for your Christmas table. Oh my God. Now, Polly makes something every year that we call green. And I don't really know what it is, but it has Jell-O and Cool Whip and cottage cheese and pecans and pineapples but she puts green food coloring in it, or either that or uses lime Jell-O. I don't know, but we don't know what to call it, so we call it green. The boys and I call it green. You gonna make green this year? What's Christmas without green? And since we're on the topic of horrible food, and we're almost through. We're gonna let you go. But we know we have you spellbound now. I mean, we know that your mouth is dry, that you got a little nausea going on with what we're talking about here, and I will lay you out with this one, okay? Polly is from Mississippi, and so she has made, and she's made this, I don't know, probably 7 or 8 times. We've been married 33 years. I've seen this 7 to 10 times, and it is horrendous. But it's like a Mississippi tradition or something. But it's called tomato aspic. Tomato aspic is Jell-O with canned tomatoes in it and olives in it. And so it's kind of green and red and congealed. And when the boys were little, the boys called it boogers and blood. That's what they called it. And I didn't disagree. Polly said, "Don't tell them not to call it that." And I'm like, kind of seems appropriate to me. We'd rather not have boogers and blood on the table for Christmas. But that one is as bad as English pea casserole. Donette says, if you're giving an engagement ring as a Christmas gift and then the engagement is broken, by law, you're not required to give the ring back because it is deemed a gift. Ooh, that may change some things. I think somebody may, you may wait till after Christmas, or if you ain't sure, okay. Wow, by law? Shelley Hess, oh, Polly, I'm with you. Tomato aspic is delicious. I can't. You can't go with the Andrews men on that one. Seriously? Tomato aspic is delicious? Wow, Shelley. Just makes me think a little less of you. Yeah, well, we know what the Hess family is going to have on the table for Christmas. Turkey, dressing, English pea casserole, and boogers and blood. That's what you guys are going to have, yeah. Okay. All right, well, you guys, we are going to, we're going to take a week off between Christmas and New Year's. We're taking a week off of the Blue Plate specials. And we're giving you a shot to go ahead and get on wisdomharbor.com. It's inexpensive and it's the best investment you will make in your family all year long. You can gift it to anyone and it can be a gift. Just pick a plan and then on the checkout page you just check the gift subscription box and add the email that you want it to go to, and they will get a notification, a nice thing with the bow without any tomato aspect. They'll get a login and it'll tell them who sent it to them. And so this is the best gift that you could give. This is going to be a hit with a lot of families and a lot of classrooms and a lot of businesses. And so we are honored to be doing that with you guys. So Merry Christmas, Adam. Merry Christmas Eve tomorrow. And Merry Christmas the next day. You guys, we're very grateful for your friendship and your support. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.